Hi lovelies. I'm gonna do a pick a card pile today to see what might be beneficial for you to start out this new year with, so that you can make this a really expansive year for yourself. So I have three crystals. I have the selenite, I have lapis lazuli, and I have tiger's eye. So tune in to your heart and feel which one is for you right now. So the selenite, lapis lazuli, and tiger's eye. And I'll put the timestamps in the description below so that you can scroll forward to those timestamps or when you see me holding up the crystals. Okay, so make your pick. And then we're going to start with pile one with the selenite. Just moving these other ones away. All right, so selenite. The area of focus is the divine matrix. So this is for you to really tap in to feel how much a part you are of this divine matrix of synchronicities, of meetings that happens in your life, of situations, of everything kind of coming together in divine order. So that's the area how that would be really beneficial for your heart, I feel like, to tap into, and how that will maybe alleviate stress. It is what comes up for me right now. And one of the medicine for that, something to pay attention to do in order to feel that, is I'm using also my my animal deck, and this is the moose. And the moose always comes with a message of not catching your mind when you get depressed or sucked into a little bit of defeat or negative feelings or doubt or self-criticism or something like that, to maybe where you're not at yet, where you want to be, and then because you're not there, you're starting to maybe doubt yourself or feeling anything like that. So catch that, and when you can be more present in the present moment, and you can catch your thought to kind of bring you back to the present moment, knowing that everything is in divine order, that will help you make me feel more more alive and more in tuned with right here in your place right now in your current situation. Okay, and then another tool for introspection and maybe meditation, more of an inner journey, is about really it's this cat, and it's about taking care of fears that come up inside of you. Because when you solve the things and the fears and the limitations and maybe past experiences that has made you believe that the same is going to happen this time, whatever that is, then you get sucked into that. But if we want to change, and we want to change this year, we want to change to have a different experience, we have to take care of that fear in a level. We have to go deep within. So also the fact that this ended up in the position of the inner work, then that tells me that you really, really have to go deep into this and really look into, why am I holding myself back, and what is this fear here? Is it even a subconscious fear that make me not do the things that I want, or make me not fully go after the things that I want, or make me not maybe even see it clearly? So that's with that. And then when you take care of that, the world and the energy around you mirrors that. So when you can find that peace within, then you'll find that peace and the harmonious relationships on the outside as well, and the opportunities and everything coming in with that same harmonious energy that you have inside. And then the action step is actually just, it's not really a step per se that I feel like you need to take right now. It's the falcon, and the falcon comes with amazing message of opportunity, of victory, really, that is already happening. It's already on its way to you. So it's more about feeling that yep, you've got this. And when you do all these, inner journeys, then the action step is to really just feel that, yeah, it is coming, and I'm going to open my arms wide to receive it. And where I pulled for where you might be in a month from now, and what is coming up, or within the next few weeks. I feel like what is coming up is actually patience. It's the spider coming in here and telling you that, so maybe it is that something is not quite here yet. Again, do not get discouraged, because that's the whole thing of this reading. Everything is exactly in divine order. You are a part of this matrix. So just give yourself patience throughout these next few weeks. There's a lot of things even happening in the planet, a lot of things shifting, and sometimes we can feel frustration because we're not where we want to be yet, or it's the beginning of the new year and we're so ready to jump into it. But what I see here with these cards is that you need this inner journey to kind of get yourself in a better feeling space, and then you can go out and go after what you truly want. And then as the last card for all of this, where you will find yourself when you do this inner journey, when you learn to feel good within yourself and not course correcting whenever you find yourself in that negative path, and practicing a little bit of patience and just trust that everything is always exactly as it should. You're not left out. You're exactly where you should be in this divine matrix. What that all leads to is that you will have the courage to try something, what I feel like it's almost like try something new, something that you might feel in your heart, and doing this inner journey might help you to just actually feel a little bit more clarity in what you want to go after and what your next step is. So when you go and you feel more certainty in that, then you'll have the courage to go after something that not everyone goes after. Because of what I feel here with this little bird is that this is something that's unique to you, and you might even have people telling you that, oh, you shouldn't do this, or I've tried this, or that doesn't work, or you won't make money off of that, or that you won't succeed in this, or why do you think you can, achieve that? This is something for you to have a steady ground to stand up within yourself, so that you don't get discouraged by those people and energies around you, or by your own thoughts, because when you do, you will have success. When you dare to believe in and try what your heart is telling you, you will have success. Okay, so that was the reading for pile number 1. And now we're going to move over to pile number 2, the lapis lazuli. Okay, so there is so much. This is interesting. I actually kind of slid back to pile number 1 right here now. There's so much work to be done, and there's so much to be had when we go in our inner journey. So maybe this is for both piles. We'll see that. But also, if you feel like it, you know that I'm here for it, and I have those transformational programs for you. So just reach out to me or go to my website to see if you want help for this. Or also, if you have any other guides, mentors, anything like that you feel called to go deeper into your inner journey, that's there for you. So maybe that was meant for both piles, because it kind of came in as an afterthought. So pile number 2, the lapis lazuli. Setting the area where we are focusing right now, and for maybe over the next month or a bit, is this card, Smoke and Mirrors. And what I'm getting for this is that, well, for one, is that you might not see clearly right now. And that might be because not everything is presented right now. There's a lot of introspective time and integration, I feel like, happening in the collective. So this is about unraveling that. And also, a part of it is also to see past illusions. If you feel like something is not clear, that might be the case, but it might also be that you're not meant to see clearly yet, because you're not meant to take that step yet, is what's coming to me. And then, so what I'm going to unravel, what I feel here, is how to work with this. And what to do to reach that clarity. So the first thing that comes up, which is the medicine for it, is the sheep. I'm also using my animal deck. The sheep, and the sheep are all for collaborating with others. So this is telling me for you to feel in your heart where you can get guidance. If it's a friend, if it's family, if it's mentors, if it's yourself, and really going in and journal and start to do that. But it's I see it more as a collaborative, doing that with someone or reaching out for that support as well, so that you don't do everything yourself. That really lands for me, that energy. So so please open and lean in, because I feel also that will, some of you who chose this pile might need to hear that it's safe to receive. It's safe to open up. You don't have to do it alone. That's what's coming through my channel here. And then what to work on an inner level. And yes, okay, that's what I just said, what I said without looking at the card first, because this card is actually saying exactly that. It's a hedgehog, and hedgehog is all about not having all those spikes out, but open your heart. So that's what my channel told me, exactly that. That is the inner journey here, and that's probably why the medicine for this is to learn to reach out, to learn to ask for help, to learn to lean in when that feels vulnerable. And that is one of the strongest thing that we can actually do that will give us inner strength to fully to allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to be us, to show ourselves to someone when we don't have it all together. Because when we learn to open and receive, we receive in all forms. We receive abundance, we open up to receive love, we open up to receive support, we open up to receive downloads if we're working on our intuitive journey as well. So I feel like you who are listening to this, you're really on a path to learn to receive, to learn to open up. You don't have to do this alone. And it's a practice to do that with someone, and that's why that is the medicine for it. And then the action step as you do so is the mosquito. And the mosquito is all about practicing calm in all situations. So practicing grounding, I feel, for you too, so that you don't get anxious. And that makes sense with all this coming up, that you might have been a little bottled up, a little bit afraid to lean in because it makes you afraid. There's something probably in your past that have made you feel that it's safer to only rely on yourself. And that's why it can bring up anxiety, obviously, when you do lean in. And that's why it's important to do it with someone that you feel can hold you, or to trust your intuition on where you can lean in. And also then ground as you do so. As I said, the action step is really to ground and see where you can just take a deep breath so that stress or anxiety don't take over. Okay, really important here. I do have a free grounding meditation on my YouTube channel. You can just find it there, or in my newsletter too, if you sign up for that. I'll put the links at the bottom of the description here too, or of this video. Okay, so then the next card is where you'll be in the next few weeks, or maybe a month from now. And this is telling me to it's almost like a rebirth. Is the oak tree, and the oak tree stands for so much wisdom. It's like by talking about your wisdom, by feeling your wisdom, by going inside and trusting your intuition and feeling how beautiful you are in your uniqueness, the more you do that, the more you will actually come out of your shell, the more you will rebirth yourself and shine with your gifts in that. So that's a beautiful, beautiful unfolding of this daring to open up. So let your wisdom rebirth you, really. And then, as the last card I pulled, where you will be going through all these steps. And that's beautiful. It's the dog, and the dog is all about new friendships coming in which again makes so much sense that you're opening up for that right now, for 2020, for all that support that maybe you've been wanting, but you haven't quite dared into lean into, or hadn't quite known where to lean in, and maybe those friendships not there now, and that's why you have a hard time. As that first card, the smoke and mirrors, is not clear, but it's because this inner journey is meant for you to do first, because you will then be in a completely different energy. You will be in a receptive energy, and then the people that you attract is also in that same energy of wanting to give, because you give to yourself and you allow yourself to receive, and then you allow yourself to receive that same love and attract those people that also are more open, and they don't have to take so much, that it's just givers meeting givers, right? So that's beautiful. So again, that is why this came in when I started reading number 2. For you especially, pile number 2, the lapis lazuli, reach out if you do want guidance in this. I have a beautiful program starting 1st of February, and early bird ends on Monday now, this coming Monday, which is Heal and Glow. And this is that we'll do this inner journey. I'll give you the tools to go in, and we'll do that together so that we can start to unravel what is limiting us. And then we're going to go into manifestation as well, so that we can fully go into that energy and see with more clarity where that guides you and where your soul guides you and wants you to go. Okay, that is pile number 2. So pile number 3, the tiger's eye. Here's the tiger's eye, pile number 3. All right, so setting the foundation of this reading is the first card, which is the Uncharted Sea. So this is about 2 things, I feel like, mostly. It's about learning to be in waters that you haven't been in before, learning how to be outside your comfort zone. Because, as you probably know, that is where growth happens. We have to get out of our comfort zone, what we are used to. That's not always a comforting zone, but it is what we're used to. And so when we get out of that, we have to learn to kind of feel and be in that, okay, this feels unfamiliar to me, but if we don't put ourselves in that space, then how are we going to create something that is different from our current reality, if that's what we want to do? If we want to manifest something different, if we want to manifest more success and abundance and love and friendship and all of that. So putting ourselves in, daring to go out in that. But with that comes also so much power, because what you learn when you're in that is that you have the power to create your life exactly how you want it, because it's like working with a blank slate. You have the power to now create your life, and that has a lot of hope in that too, and creation and yumminess in that. Okay, so you're getting out there. You are creating this, or maybe you're in this blank slate already, and you're walking forward to it. So let's see what the other cards are saying and how you can help, how I feel to be okay with that unknown that you have to get out to in order to create something different, to create a different foundation for you, right? So the medicine for that is the reindeer. I'm also using my animal deck here. And the reindeer stands for you to really, let me feel into this too, you to really embody and dive into your unique talents. It might be hobbies, those things that you do, that you just love to do, that comes natural to you, but also that feels like creative, that feels like this is just something that I love to do. No matter if that's your current work or if it's something completely hobby level, just something is the cue here is that what makes you happy, something that just makes you relax or just makes you happy just while doing it. That is going to help you, obviously, to get you out of that comfort zone, because then you know that this is inside you all of the time. So when you go into that space, it's okay. You can find, I feel here that you can find some grounding in yourself when everything is kind of unsteady around you. Go into your heart, what makes you happy, and then you'll find that peace and steadiness, at least for a moment, while things are shifting within you. And the thing is too, that your heart and what lights you up every single moment, even in the little things, that leads you to your next step, your next soul step. It's always, always, always the cue in what is the next step to take, or in what is the next thing to focus on. So also this is intuitive talents that as well comes through a lot with the reindeer, clairvoyance and psychic gifts as well, but also music, sports, just anything that's just, makes you feel good. Okay, so do more of that is definitely the medicine. And then what to go into, right, which makes obviously so much sense. What to go into in a meditative space, in an inner journey space, is the cockroach. And the cockroach is all about being free from the past. So this is a really, how I feel, this is a very deep healing journey, so that you can get free from the past. That means that you're going to the core of what is limiting you. And maybe even ancestrally here is what I feel with the cockroach is really, really, really deep. So that's something to do on an inner level, to really go in there, because that is going to help you then be free to take the next step out of this uncharted sea, right? To really create and to paint your whole canvas anew. But we first obviously have to go in and heal those things, because otherwise we simply end up repeating the same patterns or attracting the same energy, because it's within us. Even if we logically know that this is not healthy for us, this is something that you've been working through, you have to do it on an inner and a cellular level as well. Definitely. Okay, how do I interpret this? The action step here is this little bird. It's a kind of robin, and this is coming with confirmation for that you are on your right path. Oh, that's obviously how, now it kind of just clicked for me. This is coming with that confirmation, because if you already feel like you're in unknown waters, then you are doing your work. You're already doing your work. And I've been saying here how to, follow what lights you up, and then also really go deep. And I would suggest definitely working with someone that you trust, to do healing work, to do guidance in any kind. I'm obviously here for that if you want to go in, especially on an ancestral level and generational level, to see why you are repeating this pattern, and why also to see so many people that I work with is really here to break the patterns in their family that they're kind of maybe the odd ones in, and we're here to break that, to stop that generational or ancestral line of things that is not beneficial, and things that are limiting, and things that are simply not healthy. So definitely ask for guidance, and go into do healing work, and do that, because I feel this is a very, very deep level for you who chose this pile. But so for you to know that you are doing this right. And I know how messy it can feel when we're right smack in the middle of it and nothing is clear. And it feels like sometimes we're slipping back into the old patterns, which we all do, because they're still there. It takes time to reprogram. Definitely, if it's something that you've been living with your whole life, and situations that has kept coming up for you, it takes time. So you have to give yourself grace and compassion through that. And also have people around you so that you can lean into that compassion as well. But you are doing exactly what your soul wants you to do. That's the message and confirmation here. And then the card of where you will be, maybe I feel maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month from now. I feel a little bit sooner actually. So maybe, yeah, three weeks, a month from now. This is the bumblebee, and the bumblebee is so beautiful because the bumblebee does what seems impossible to do. So if you feel that what you're in right now is this thickness, you will find a way to work through this, and you will find a way to heal this. You are doing the impossible because it's not impossible. You are limitless. We are all limitless. We just have to remember and remind ourselves that we are limitless beings. We are so much more than our physical body and our brain. We are fully expansive, limiting beings. So that's what that is saying, that you're moving into. That's beautiful. And then the last card is something that you will integrate as you move through these steps of the other cards. Oh, and that's beautiful. It's the mouse, and the mouse is all about obviously not playing small anymore, and also feeling that coming in and integrating and embodying that you have all the solutions within, you have all the knowledge, you have all the steps, the knowledge for the steps that you're supposed to be taking because your heart knows. So when you do your inner work and when you go within, when you do what lights you up, and when you really go deep and heal and work through those the traumas, wounds, whatever that is limiting you really deeply, then you will come into this, the card before that showed that too, of feeling more how abundant, how successful you are, how you are not small anymore. You are fantastic and amazing and incredible. So that is moving into that and feeling that, yes, you have all the solutions because you have all the knowings within you. You are exactly guided to be in the right situation, the right time, or the right place at the right time, or meeting the right people at the right time. So really go in for this, and trust me, I know how scary it can feel, but I feel like this whole reading is really telling you that this is the time to go deep, so that you can fully open up for the rest of the year. This is such an expansive year, also because of how the planets are moving, and we're all ready for it, and the collective are ready to as well. It feels like it's coming in here. So maybe this is specific for some of you that are working a little bit more as a light worker. We are all light workers when we do our inner work, regardless of if we're teaching it or if we're just doing it so that we can be that inspiration for our loved ones around us, right? But I feel too for you who are maybe working and want to share your gifts more and want to help other people do the same. This is the year for you. This is what I feel so much in the collective, and so many with me feeling the same. So this is the time to go in even deeper right now, so that you can open up for the rest of the year. So that was pile number 3 in your reading. As I mentioned too, I have these programs. The Heal and Glow is a 6-week program, and the early bird ends on Monday, now the 10th. So that's there for you if you're interested in that. And otherwise, you can always find me in my Facebook group. If you're not already in there, you might be listening through my Facebook group right now. But that is there for you, and really go deep, because you will come out with so much more strength, and also happiness and just fulfillment and peace within you. Okay, so that was your message for the start of this year. Sending you all so much love. Mwah.